Welcome back to the channel, fool. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you like videos like this.
A little cube that the Jews wear on their forehead.
Little black cube.
They'll wear a little black cube on their forehead, and so they put little scriptures in that, and then they put it on their forehead, and then they pray. But you're literally putting the dead flesh of an animal that's been sacrificed on your forehead to pray, and it's all a part of this Saturn worship. And Saturn is actually tethered to Satan in a lot of ways. The planet supposedly at the top of Saturn, there's a little octagonal-looking shape.
A storm that's been there for like... But for thousands of years, it's represented the black cube. So one, they either knew it was there or NASA's fake. But did you ever heard of Black Cube? It's a Israeli intelligence agency. They do all kinds of evil stuff, obviously.
I'm sure, yeah.
Guess what their phone number is? The last 6 digits in every office. It's always 666. You can't make this shit. It's called Black Cube. It's this Israeli intelligence agency for hire, but only for like probably elite Jews. They've been arrested multiple times. They work for Harvey Weinstein. They have Black Cube and 666 in every one of their offices. Literally telling you like they're the beast.
Hoće reagujte švitko, запризатиет.
Суддя незванчный гляд стане не загрджученью.
What the hell?
Thousands of years old, I understand. Oh, it's been down there since Atlantis. The survivors of Atlantis, some of them went into the Hollow Earth. The entrances are found underneath the pyramids of the world. They had the entrances to the Hollow Earth, and the pyramids were built on top of the entrances. This means the one in Egypt, the one in South America.
Everyone's IDs as we were loading.
Sir?
No, I'm not getting you my ID. I'm not doing it. I already went through security. I went through TSA. They checked the IDs at the gate. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So you guys, this is unconstitutional, and you guys have no right being on here.
I agree.
Checking people's IDs.
I agree.
Check. What is wrong with you?
Get off the phone. Sir, we need you to fully confirm.
No, you don't. I'm not gonna.
Everyone stand on board.
I already went through the processes. I'm not getting off the plane. No, you're not. You're not taking me off this plane. You guys can get on and let us continue with the service that we paid for and the rights that we are protected with. And it's gone. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
¿Qué es eso?
Well, now, one thing, you have a theory about the moon, and we expect to be able to get observable facts about the moon fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, a cosmic plasma, and that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you're proved to be correct in your theories?
The result will be profound and decisive, because it will give proof that a complete reinvestigation of the laws of nature is necessary. Because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail.
We really do have an entire subspecies of creatures that do exist inside the Earth, and they are not readily surface dwelling. Inside the London Bridge is a massive room, like a throne room, where they engage in this magic, but this Brotherhood of the Serpent, they call upon the Hash, the dragon. But like there is a great red dragon. Like it's a physical, that's what he looks like in reality. He was cursed, and man, he made him a monster. Yahweh made him a monster. And they would commune with these things. There's 13 grandfathers take 13 of their grandsons, and they bring them into these rooms and do these things on these specific times and rituals for all kinds of stuff. But the dragons tell them the future. This is like always what they've been able to do, is like Satan leads Yeshua up onto a great high place and says, I shows him all the nations of the earth and all their kingdoms and their reigns in a moment of time. He shows them the future. That's what they do. They can show you what's to come. This is why we get hunted by them. He knows if we're going to be part of his adversaries. He knows if we're going to be on his enemy list.
While Hunter Biden is busy scrubbing his image on social media, Justin Bieber just dropped a nuke that changes everything. In a raw Instagram confession last night, Bieber revealed he's been living with HIV, and he points the finger directly at the former second son, Hunter Biden. He says it happened in 2009. He was just 14 years old. Bieber says Diddy pimped him out during a 48-hour nightmare. Diddy said Barack Obama had first dibs because Obama was, and this is a quote, Commander-in-Chief of the Legions of Satan. Obama betrayed him, but according to Bieber, it was Hunter Biden who destroyed him, violated him in ways he says have scarred him for life. The former child star warned for years he'd eventually burn it all down. Now he's naming names. This is beyond wild. This is beyond evil. Buckle up. You're not ready for what comes next.
The world is mine. Who says the devil doesn't bring happiness?
Whose evil Dominican unk is this? He might not even be lying.
This image is very unnerving. This is supposedly an image of a so-called demon and or alien on the back of an MLB baseball player that somebody took, and they were just on the field, and when they pulled their image up, this is what they saw. That is incredibly creepy. I'm going to zoom in for you. That is scary. It literally looks like some kind of weird alien demon type entity that just showed up in this photo.
There is a theory that full-body realistic skin suits exist and that people and other beings are wearing them to disguise themselves for one reason or another. Now, I'm not hating, pointing finger, or blaming. If I was in their position, I probably would do it too, honey. I got a little sagging here, and oh my goodness. So give me a skin suit so I can wear my Dolly Parton cowboy cheerleader outfit.
So if you want to laugh, this is Starlink right here. I found it with my Nikon 1000. There are balloons holding up satellites. So when people tell me we're going to space, here's my response. Here's Elon Musk. Remember that? When he was talking about we're going to Mars? With balloons? So if you want to laugh, this is Starlink right here.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Ayah, demi Allah, kayak ada yang nyeret Diana. Demi Allah, demi Allah. Demi Allah, kayak ada yang nyeret Diana. Demi Allah, kalau ada yang nyeret, sumpah demi Allah. Bukan dia pergi. Abang aku. Siapa ini? Kita enggak.
The CIA realized cats could go anywhere without drawing attention. That made them perfect spies. So the agency launched Project Acoustic Kitty. The goal was simple: turn a cat into a walking listening device. Surgeons would implant a microphone, a radio transmitter, and an antenna into the cat's body. The idea was that the cat would move near a target, the mic would capture the conversation, and the transmitter would send the audio to the CIA. On paper, it sounded smart. In real life, it was chaos. Implanting those devices into a living creature was tricky. It took months to figure out. One report said they made a monstrosity. At that point, it was time to train the cat.
We all know some people who do it for free.
Don't y'all find that suspicious? They got the exit right to the toys where the baby go. Don't y'all find that suspicious? Look at this shit. A direct snatch. See a child? Boom, snatch his ass. Go right in the room. Ain't no telling what's in that exit though. So most definitely it's gonna be an underground basement and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Like, boom, boom.
Bro, I just found this out. When you search up his name, it's normal, but like when you type his name opposite, then delete the spaces. He didn't do that.
Okay, so we all already know that diagnoses are spells. We've talked about this before. It is the conventional medical machine performing spell casting on you, because that's how powerful the mind is. But let's read a little bit from A Fool's Wisdom by Stephen Young, because the way he writes this is beautiful. The word sorcery comes from the Greek word pharmakia, meaning use of spells and drugs, poisoning, and so shares a common root with the word pharmacy. Pharmaceutical medicine is real sorcery, actual witchcraft, and when people succumb to it, they can become dependent on these drug spells for life. You go to the hospital with a sore tummy, you come out with a lifetime dependency on some expensive, toxic, unpronounceable, petroleum-based chemical that is strictly controlled and could be fatal if overdosed. You can't live without it. The doctor said so. You see, it's not just a drug. There's always an accompanying spell. This witch doctor has cast a spell that you must take the drug to stay alive. If you take the drug and believe in its power, then you are effectively under the spell. This is sorcery. Though the culture will have you believe that sorcery is magic, like shooting lasers out of your eyeballs, it's actually something far more sinister. It's about tricking people into poisoning themselves, then profiting from the chaos that ensues. Remember, the alchemist is guided by nature and the word of God, but the sorcerer is a destroyer of nature and worships only himself. The sorcerer plays God.
Now, I'm no theorist, but don't you think it's a little bit strange at the same time that they announce 2027 new vehicles are going to be scanning your eyeballs off with AI, and there's going to be sensors in the steering wheel, and you got to put both your hands on the wheel at the same time. This is already happening in the UK, otherwise your car will shut off. Don't you think it's a little bit strange that while that's happening, a spontaneous oil shortage is happening, which is making them add more ethanol, or this is the excuse to add more ethanol to the gas, which is horrible for old engines. And then all these junkyards are burning up, Have you not heard? There's been like a bunch of big giant junkyards that have caught on fire randomly. So all the parts, all the old parts for the old cars burning up. The new gas could significantly shorten the lifespan of the old vehicles that are on the road. So all the people who said, you know, I'm just going to keep driving my 1990, whatever, like, I agree, that's cool, but you're going to have to figure out how to get ethanol out of the freaking gas, otherwise it's going to prematurely gimp your engine. Furthermore, at the same time that all that is happening, people think you're going to be able to just, like, jailbreak your car and turn off all that AI crap, not knowing a lot has changed in the last few years for the automotive industry. If you alter something in your computer system of these new vehicles, it immediately sends a tampering notice to like the cloud of the manufacturer of your vehicle and can either stop your insurance or disable the car if you've affected it in a certain type of way. Look it up, dude. They've passed all these laws. So the walls are closing in on, I guess, controlling our modes of transport. Eventually, I think they all want us in a smart bus anyway, hooked up to the AI railroad. I mean, really, this is what's coming around the corner. So why aren't I scared? Because that's a bit of a scary thought, right? Being ruled by AI, all the old cars are gone, we're in universal basic income, it's a total shitstorm. Because I have true, full, unwavering faith that in the end, the good guys win. I do think it's going to get weirder between now and then, 100%. That's not a, you know, but something strange is seriously kicking off, man. Keep your head on a swivel, do not be deceived. Use your discernment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Yo, she's eating raw chicken. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Is the blue cat over there still here?
I don't know.
Oh.
Is that good?
What?
Does that taste good?
Tastes delicious.
It's delicious? Okay. What the fuck?
You won't tell you won the lottery, but there will be signs.
And that's why another thing that I'm really fascinated by is Obama winning the election, simply because there's only one type of human being on Earth that doesn't appear to have been seeded here by extraterrestrial races. In other words, most of the human beings on this planet are not local. There's a single blue-eyed ancestor that all human beings can be traced back to. The white person did not exist on Earth prior to about 10, 11,000 years ago because of this exchange with higher species in the time of Atlantis. That's when we started to have the first interbreeding occurring that led to blue-eyed, white-skinned people. The only people that actually seem to have been generated by the Earth's own evolution is black people. Those are the only racial types that we have on Earth that you don't see in people that come from other planets, and that makes them very special.
Well, and I was going to ask you, of all these varieties, these 57 varieties in the galaxy, why are we so different, and we have all these different varieties on this planet? I mean, are there some planets that have 4, 5, 6 different varieties of humans, or just one?
Well, here's the deal on that score. We are very, very unique in the sense of the sheer amount of racial diversity on this planet. And this is from multiple witness testimonies and from various other sources I've used, including the Law of One material. What happened is that...
It is fascinating when you think about it, David.
Yeah, I mean, the average
You've got a planet here with different races of human beings scattered all over the planet.
Right. And if you look at our own evolutionary record and what we've gotten from anthropology, there's 5 different major seeds of human civilization that all basically occurred at the same time, independent of each other, where these people look different and they have different basic biological characteristics, and there's no real genetic linkage that ties them together of having the same species or the same racial distinction before. It's like there's 5 different groups that all showed up at once.
Science will say that environment and climate is what did this over, you know, thousands and thousands of years. Do you accept that at all? I guess not.
You can't explain why climate, for example, would lead to the physiological differences such that Asian people have very different looking upper eyelids, and the whole structure of the skull is different in shape. And you have African people that have much larger noses, much larger lips. You know, I mean, the conventional explanation is that white people's noses are taller because it's cold weather and they cool the air down on the way in. Black people's noses are flatter because the air is hotter and they don't need to cool it down. That's very, very hypothetical. There's no real science to back that up. It's just a supposition.
We didn't have words for what terminologies they have today, like UFOs, unidentified flying objects, and also aliens. But we had a word called Wichachpe. Wichachpe, we have to the star nations. Where your eye usually sets in the sky at night is the source of your communication. Now, we have what they call vibration, a strong vibration, and it's a frequency that we read in each other. When you go in a room, you could feel the vibration of the room. Something is going on. The star people and everybody on earth has this. So there's levels. We call our world 3D. You know, then there's other levels of existence, of planes, of knowings that we need to tap into. When we get into a certain area, then we attract the vibration of that area. And we're able to communicate because we're starting to know the vibration. It's the same way with the star people. They all have different vibrations. So to communicate with them, you need to work on their level. And demands, forget it. Don't make demands and say, come talk to me, come down if you're there. Don't do this stuff, because when you start demanding, it sets off a negative vibration, and that's not what it's about. So you need to go in your quiet time, your ceremony, your honorable, your love time, and to raise yourself into a certain level of spirit so you could communicate, so you could touch their world. They're waiting for you, you know, just as we wait for those that want to learn something from us as well. So it's the same way, as above, so below. So we need to connect into their level, and they could come down and connect to our level. So we both need to meet halfway. The star people have been here for a long time.
Making sure their love doesn't go to waste.
Don't lie, y'all. I'm really scared of this dude. But look at Wyoming. There's nobody. Look at the mountains. I don't know what this crazy walking. I'm not scared as far as I'm scared what I might have to do to his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he look a little too wild, man. We gonna see what he talking about, man. For real. I can't see nobody walking like this. What's up, bud? You lost or something, man? What's going on? You need a ride? Yeah. Who's my buddy? What's up? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy.
You are crazy? I'm
just trying to get out the hell out of the goddamn fucking hellhole state of Wyoming.
Oh, you said you crazy, so I'm crazy too, man. So you need a ride?
Yeah.
How far up the street?
How far are you going?
It don't matter. I'm going 800 miles straight. I'm pretty sure you're not going 800 miles straight, right?
That's fine.
You gonna go the whole 800 with me?
No, as long as it gets me closer to Arizona.
Closer to Arizona?
Yeah.
Why are you walking out? And you got a new vest on. Who gave you that?
The hospital in Douglas.
The crazy hospital? Mental hospital?
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
Hospital? Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Fuck it. Hold up, man. Hold up. I'm gonna open. I gotta move a lot of shit for you. Got one, y'all. Hello.
And bro's armpits are sweating in your milkshake.
Alright guys, I want you to pay attention to the Matrix in live time right here. Alright,
This is literally city code, guys. Coding. First, right here, this is a red fire tag. This isn't just some utility marker, it's the access stamp. The entry point to the resonance field. Look. Before anything, they register your heat. Fire is the first elemental scan. That's how they read your charge before you enter. The ID graffiti, identity lock, and mesh gate. Once you walk past here, the whole field knows who you are. Not your name, your resonance code. That's the moment they stop you from being water and start shaping you into a little fish. Then boom, downtown. Look at that metal. Corrosion. You're in. This is the front cover. The show. Lights, sounds, heat, motion. All seek to pull energy out of the crowd. This is where the fish gather, thinking they're choosing to be here. They don't realize it's a loop pool, not a free stream. Now, y'all guys can break all this down if you want. We got another access. We got another access to another access, another resonance zone. Look. Tap, 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 sanctum, ghost ship. But this right here, this is the real gate, the Grand. Guarded by spiral ironwork. That ain't just for show, it's an antenna grid. The metal catches and holds your frequency. And look up, the crest with the faces, it's a seal, that's the guardian mark. The whole entry is a harmonic signature lock. Once you pass it, your energy is already stored. And you want to see shit in real life time, huh? You guys are familiar with let's see. Boom. And then you got the Tesla. Plate says MK71. Mind Key Puzzle 71. And it's a Model 3. Parked dead center. That's a G coil code. Anchoring scalar loops to keep the circuit tight. This Tesla is more than a car. It's a resonance stabilizer. It pulls in stray thought forms and plugs them back into the field. Ghost ship marking. The last name on the parking site. This is the Grand, an illusion. Downtown is the Lord. Ghost ship is where the forgotten ones go. The energy from the little fish who never break free, stored, archived, and repurposed. Ghost ship is where the lost signal loops forever. Sorry guys about the camera. I'm trying to be kind of secrecy. There's some rather cartella looking people around. Alright, now, UFO. Slapped next to a detour. This is the decay code. When one fish starts seeing the pattern, the system tries to redirect. UFO, untraceable frequency output. They hide real structures behind this kind of false disruption. The detour, that's not traffic, that's your mind. It ties into this building. We've been here before, right? We already know how this one works, right? See that metal band across the top too? The whole place is held with a metal band. It's a scalar containment loop. The band holds the whole building's harmonic resonance. It keeps the signal tight, bouncing it through the structure like a tuning fork. Everyone walking under it is stepping into the field. Stay with me, guys. Just here's how they get it all into the air. You got a sketch back alley, right? And you got another ID. That's a mirror code. You see? One end of the block to the other, right? One end of the block. You see those people looking? They didn't like their intention. He doesn't like if he's being recorded. Studio One, and go look at the other video and look at the names on the board by the door. Fat Babes of Phoenix, The Basement, then there's Grid Talk on it. But you see that dish up there? This is where we ended. This is the broadcast of current. The signals you thought were choices, thoughts, cravings, moments of fate, all of it coming from here. This is the mouth of the river. And everything you've seen, every light, tag, gate, loop, it's all coming from this point. The little fish don't even know they're in the water. But once you see the dish, you become the wave.
And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.